Hi, my name is Benjamin from Estate Diamond Jewelry, and I have right here in front of me my 5 favorite Georgian rings from our collection. A lot of them are recently purchased. Just a little introduction to the Georgian era. Georgian rings are generally from the 1700s to early 1800s. They named it after King George, who ruled at the time, and it's a very unique era. There's not a lot of Georgian jewelry out there. They're very identifiable. They have specific characteristics to them that us antique jewelers will know right away, wow, this is a Georgian ring. And I personally love them. I think they're very collectible. They have a lot of history. I'd like to find more if I can. I find them as I see them, not like other eras where they're more accessible. I have 5 rings in front of me. No particular order of favorite. I just want to get to it in regards to these Georgian rings that I have. So the first one I'm going to start with, and on our website you can reference it as 15932, and this is what it looks like. And let's go over the details. The center stone is most likely a topaz. In the Georgian era, they weren't so fussy or picky about what the stone was. They just used, again, in the 1700s, 1800s, they just used whatever they had was accessible. What they really did very well is that the gold work is generally something very unique and amazing. You see flowers, you see that superior gold work. They had excellent goldsmiths then. What they usually do is they backed all their jewelry. So the stones generally were completely backed for enhancements. Their stone cutting technique was always the best. So they did that for giving the stone a little pop and color purposes. It's not so uncommon that they put their initials in the back. So it says R.E.P. and that's most likely someone's initials. It's very common. It's a very sentimental time, sentimental area. Very wearable. Can be an engagement ring, could be a cocktail ring, could be worn literally anytime, anywhere. And I always say lasted 200 years will last another 200 years. This is 15932. Moving on to the next one. This Georgian cluster ring. So this one I like a lot. First of all, it's raised up nicely. Generally, we don't like that for rings, but the design under gallery I think is incredible. Has these little beads. There's a little pattern going up and down and up and down. I think that's amazing. I love these rose cuts. Each rose cut completely different to the other. This was the 1800s. This is the 1700s. They didn't have the best diamond cutters. All the rose cuts look unique. The center rose cut will be bigger. It's some sort of center stone. The center stone is about 30 carats, 30 points. And I would say overall about 1 carat total. It's hard to see because it's deep into the gallery, but the diamonds are backed. We love the double wire shank. We love the patina. It has that rosy yellow gold to it. Again, can be worn every day, could be worn for an engagement ring, could be worn as a cocktail ring, and it's something that we don't see so often. And so this is my second pick. Moving on to the third, this is a Georgian navette ring. So a navette just means marquee in French, so us jewelers refer to these marquee shapes as navettes. I'm looking at the back. It has some sort of stamps on it. I don't know what they are. Most likely there are maker marks for who it was. It's very hard to understand who these stamps are from, but this is most likely made in England or somewhere in Europe and sold elsewhere in Europe and eventually made its way back in America where we're from. It's silver on top. The whole entire top is silver, and the shank is gold. Very common for the Georgian era. The stones they're so nice. Some old mine cuts, some single cuts, a little mix of everything. They're very old. They're very asymmetrical. They're beautiful. They're bezel set. The shank has a little bit of fleur-de-lis design, which I really like. Long on the fingers, so it's very flattering. So this will be pick number 3. This is 15937. This is a Georgian navette ring. This time it features a sapphire. The sapphire is something that, again, they didn't have priority for the stones. It just happens to be that we love ruby, sapphire, emerald now, so this has sapphire, which makes it special. It's silver on top. The whole top is silver. They bezel the gemstone in yellow gold. That's very common, of course, for color enhancement. The shoulders are amazing. It has rose gold. It has yellow gold. It's a leaf pattern. It's so well made. Everything is backed besides the sapphire. That is fine. We will still identify it as Georgian. The sapphire, we submitted to laboratory to see if anything special, and it came out from Sri Lanka, which is really cool. And what makes this ring very cool, it has French marks. So it has old French marks, so that this ring is made in France. And this will be our 4th pick. This one I love a lot. This is our Georgian citrine ring. This is a ring that when I teach jewelry, you see a lot in the textbooks. The jewelry work is incredible. It's a cluster, but each bezel is a marquee shape, so it gives it an amazing design around the citrine. The citrine, again, it's backed, it's cut very shallow, so I can imagine if it wasn't backed, it wouldn't have that much of the color, but because it's backed, it has that stronger citrine color. There's even an extra little row of rose cuts going around the old mine cuts. It sits very low in the hand. It's very nice. It has a beautiful shank. See the little shank design? As you probably notice, all the shanks are not one the same to the other. The Georgian era and maybe even the Victorian era, because they had excellent goldsmiths and they valued the design of the ring from the top to bottom. So they tried to make everything as unique and beautiful as much as possible. And again, completely backed, so follows the theme of the 5 rings of rings being backed. And just some ideas of Georgian rings. Georgian rings, they can be worn as engaged rings. They can be worn as anything. Just have to be careful if you want to wear it as an engaged ring. The backing, you have to just be careful that water doesn't go into the back of the backing. So you want to just avoid it with water. These rings are made for 200 years ago, so you want to just be a little more careful with them. They're very collectible. They're very rare. The backing, again, was done because for stone enhancement. So that was the common theme. There was no platinum then, so you'll usually either see gold or silver and gold, or all silver. You'll see a lot of rose cuts. You see a lot of old mine cuts. You won't see any perfectly round stones, diamonds, and you'll see a lot of topaz. You see a lot of citrine, a regular diamond, sapphire, ruby, emerald. They just use anything and anything. There was no particular rule. Could have been an engaged ring, could have been a memorial ring. There's so many different uses for them. So this is the Georgian rings that I love. Little excerpt on what Georgian rings are. 1700s, the early 1800s, very particularly memorable era for jewelry in terms of its style. I'll always continue to buy them. We'll always buy and sell them. There's a lot of different reasons to own one. My name is Benjamin Cordapour, and if you have any questions, comment below. Please like and subscribe the video, and we hope you guys to watch our future videos. Thank you so much.